Good morning and welcome once again to the 66th Annual National Family Island Regatta from downtown Georgetown on Elizabeth Harbor. We are racing, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The C-Class race is off. The gun just fired about 3 seconds ago, and already the fleet is spread out. There are 31 vessels spread out across Elizabeth Harbor. What a sight we can see from Goat Key all the way to the beacon. There's nothing but sails on the water, all now on port tack. We're trying to find a windward marker. We think it's going to be somewhere near Regatta Point, so they'll be coming right at you. We are just to the left of the government dock and a little bit above it, so you'll get a good view of the boats as they come. I would think the finish line is going to be somewhere, unfortunately, over to our left here or right here behind the large boats, so we probably won't see that, but we'll have it for you on camera. We won't see it from the ground, those of you watching here, but we'll see it and we'll have it on camera for you. So let's set the line over on our side. That is the mainland side of the line. We've got I've Tried was the bookend, and on the far side we had another yellow boat, which was Hog Tusk. And so everybody is stretching out along the line directly down the middle of the harbor. The wind's out of the southeast at about 12 knots. It's offshore as far as we're concerned. So this is going to be a very, very difficult windward mark to get to today. Good morning again. I'm Reg Smith. Joining me shortly will be my sidekick Dwight Hart, and we're going to be with you all day today, bringing you the different races. E-Class went off this morning, and in that E-Class race, which got underway at 8:30 this morning and was completed shortly thereafter, we had a repeat. In the first place was Buzzy Roll on Manawa. Second place was Chris Roll on Lady Kayla, and Kevin Moxie showed up in Bad Menzies and from Ragged Island. So we had two boats out of the Cottage Exuma, first and second, and then Ragged Island picked up the third. So that was the second series race in the E-Class this morning. That's all completed. Right now we're trying to get a handle on who's doing what to whom out here, and we look at this. Difficult to say which is a lead boat because the line is stretched out so far across the harbor. We have a shade on the cloudy. It's cloudy right now. We cannot tell. But we're looking at the fleet, and it looks to me like 72, which would be It Ain't Right, is right up here. Bull Reg is right in the lead. Woody K is in the pack. Just not out of the pack yet. This is the first lap. And so, yeah, the race is off. And the leaders right now, we've got Xena seems to be trying to get a lead. And way over on the far side of the harbor, there's Termite, Legal Weapon, Buzzy Roll, 17. Hog Tusk is out front. Xena is out front. They all have to tack now and come over on port tack towards us. So that's going to be interesting, and that's when we will get an idea of what the lead boat is. Good morning, Dwight. Dwight has just joined us now and had a good night, rested up and ready to go.
Well, I'll see if I can answer your question in 3 parts. Number 1, I did have a good night. Number 2,
rested? No,
I did not rest. And number 3, I'm happy to be here this morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to all the sailing fans who are tuned in around the world, Facebook. Reg, let me tell you, is Stephen Knowles sailing? Is the Regatta on the line this morning?
She's out there.
Because
she's not up front as she was, but she's in the pack. Yes, all 31 are out there.
I'll share this story. I'll share this quick story. I left the regatta site at 3:30 this morning. And Reg, the condition that I left Stephen Knowles in, right?
Says he shouldn't be out there.
He should not be out on the water this morning. But let me tell you, these guys love sailing so much, Reg. And I ran into the sailor just a couple of minutes ago, and I was sharing the same story. I was like, how does he make it out this morning after being where he was and in the condition I saw him in at 3:30 this morning?
Well, I can tell you something. Youth has its
What he said, let me tell you, he said, when that first spray of salt water hits you,
You're awake.
you wake up instantly.
You're awake. The
But
adrenaline gets going.
you know, very impressive young man, Stefan Knowles. We had some very good conversations last night. We talked about sailing. We talked about his beginning in sailing. Talked about him in I think the boat was called the Bomber or
The
something.
Bomber.
The Bomber, that he first came to Exuma in as a 14-year-old kid and dominated the E-class. Talked about being banned, the boat being banned, and you know that really upset him, and he was not going to participate in sailing anymore after that particular incident. But you know, he went away to school, came back, successful engineer that he is, and took up sailing as a seriously. And obviously the results, we all know what they are, about his dominance in sailing. And you know, just sometimes, you know, we don't get to see the full story or know the full background behind some of these guys. Their commitment to sailing, Reg, is unbelievable and very impressive.
The thing that draws so heavily on that is the tradition in the family.
Yes, absolutely.
Family tradition.
Absolutely.
Really, he's a result of his dad and his granddad, and right down to his big brother Mark.
And his mother and his grandmother too.
And his grandma.
Yeah.
They're all sailing people, so you know it's in the blood. I mean, he is the end result of all that.
Yes.
And he shows it. And you see that in other families too, not so much as in the Knowles family, but you see that in other racing families out here as well. So
and we talk about him, and there he comes.
This is the mix. As we said, he will find his way to get to the front of the line, and here he comes. And if you want to look at the screen here, right, you have a better eyes on that than I. The mark is behind these boats here. They're coming right to the windward mark.
Okay, it looks like I just saw It Ain't Right go around.
I would have thought It Ain't Right would be the boat.
The mark. I'm not sure she's the lead boat, but
she is the lead boat.
All right, and coming up
She's just coming through now, coming back down. So Stefan is way down in the pack.
For now, Reg.
For now. But here's confusion coming. Just crossing, passing.
It Ain't
Right.
Yes.
And Confusion is sailing very well, Dwight.
She is.
It's
ninth place.
She proved well.
Yeah, ninth place finish yesterday.
Ninth place yesterday. So she's going very well. I saw Termite go across a while ago. She usually shows well in this kind of breeze.
All right, so here's your second place boat, Reg. It's a red boat.
I think it's Legal Weapon.
One of the boats out of Black Point.
And it's at Xena.
And quickly followed, it looks like
that's Xena, number 90.
Sail number 90, Xena.
That's Xena.
And she's picking up some speed.
She's going over the top of Legal Weapon. Trying to, anyway.
And Red, I mean, a beautiful day out here on the harbor. I mean, you can see, you know, the boats passing each other. And there comes number 44, the Witty K.
And he's been around that quickly.
Yeah. And number 32, Red, is who?
Boy here, Dwight. You know what, Dwight? He's back in this race, believe it or not. 44 is back in this race. I thought he was out.
And that's Ball Rally right on his tail.
On his tail, yeah.
And Ball Rally, again, yesterday sailing third place. So back in the mix.
But Dwight, isn't this? It's almost like a fleet of birds. Huh?
Yeah.
Just the mix and how the rules of the road are very important today.
And Reg, we see Confusion now, and is that Hog Tusk or is that?
That's I've tried, I believe, with the blue mask. That's a hearing. That's
Hog Tusk 711.
Hog
Tusk, yeah.
Okay, that's a little man on the helm there.
And there comes Ball Reg, number 17.
Blue mask.
And so Buzzy trying to stay in the mix too. And as you can see, the boats are now heading.
There's Slaughter. Slaughter is number 8, following Hog Tusk. Is that right? No, that's Buzzy.
That's
17.
Buzzy 17.
17. But Slaughter is there. Where did I see Slaughter? It's in good position, actually.
And here's the boat coming without a recognizable number. I can't tell.
Actually, Slaughter is the boat just to windward of Buzzy and Hog Tusk. So she's in good position today. I spoke to Big Daddy. He said he's going to be there.
Okay.
So we see what happens.
And there comes Jeffrey. It ain't right. Sorry, keep your
Keo.
eye on them.
That name is so long.
Yeah, I
but
know, right?
I've
Shortened it, eh?
shortened it.
Yeah,
Keo.
yeah. And we have another 4 or 5 boats coming across. So they're all jumbled up at the
That
back of the
crazy
fleet.
partner coming around.
33.
King of Knights way back.
Barbarian also kind of in the back also. And there's Fugitive, number 28. He's gone, and there comes Barbarian. And
Just in front of King of Knights. Billy Legal right behind her.
and then we've got another one of the boats out of Baratari.
H2O, way down. That's a surprising position for her, Dwight. I expected her to be a little higher than that. So folks, we're racing second series race, Class C, 2019 National Family Island Regatta from Georgetown. So we see the entire fleet just about now headed off towards the Leeward Mark, and that's a mid-harbor out towards the north side, the north end of Elizabeth Harbor, out towards Lily Key and the north end of Stocking Island. You can see Monument in the background. Again, it's a beautiful day. We've got good winds, 12 knots according to the weatherman, 12 knots out of the south, southeast right now, and it looks like it's going to be backing all day going towards the southwest. So that's going to be interesting for the races later on. Right now we have the fleet stretched out. They're headed northwest away from us out to the Leeward Mark, and then they'll come right back to this mark unless there's a reach mark, and I haven't seen a reach mark right anywhere out here today. I would think they would have had a reach mark somewhere over near the naval base this morning, but I don't see it. So looks like all the way back, just up and down.
And as you can see now, our viewers are watching an aerial shot from the drone, showing the fleet kind of stretched out there, Reg. Beautiful sight here in Elizabeth Harbor. I think right now you've got about at least 20 of the boats in that particular shot stretched out as they make their way, for the most part, all of them now headed up to the western end, I guess, northwestern end of Stocking Island.
North end of Stocking Island, yeah. Leeward Mark is up that way. You know, Dwight, something strange just happened. Remember we just commented on confusion?
Yeah.
When she was going to the mark?
Right.
And she's now practically in last place. They must have misstayed somewhere. Somewhere behind these big boats here, she must have misstayed because she couldn't be this far back in that short a space of time. She's the second from last boat.
With number 240, is that her? Or is that
right in the middle behind the red boat here? The number 8, number 04, I think it is.
040.
040.
And it looks like Sweet Island Gal.
Again on the end of the pack.
Just at the end of the pack. After sailing extremely well yesterday.
Again, we were talking about the speed of these vessels. They're 17 feet long.
Yes.
40 foot of mast, 25 foot of boom. And so you can figure that out on square yard of sail, but they're terribly overrated. What's going to happen here with this wind today being out south and off the mainland, we're going to get a lot of what we call puffs. So you're going to get a lot of knockdowns, and you have to be very careful downwind with these sails. You see a lot of them start to roll.
Yeah.
That wind is going all over the place, but it's pretty steady.
And so, Reg, let me ask you, the boats are now, as we said, sailing towards the northern end of Stocking Island. Is there a mark out there that they have to go around?
Yes.
Okay.
The start to finish is way out there.
Okay.
Well, the start is out there. The Leeward Mark, you can probably just see where those boats are running. The power boats are running right behind the fleet. And somebody just went around, and I believe that's it ain't right. Just gone around.
So we get a close up.
That's a port rounding. And that wind has come up, and I can see some boats having difficulty controlling their direction with this big wind.
All right, so we do have one boat coming back, and as you would have said, it ain't right, and she's pretty much out there all by herself. Number 90 now just going around, Reg.
Okay. And Dwight, look at Sansali having all kinds of trouble. As a matter of fact, she might be interfering with it ain't right because she can't control that sail. She's way off the mark to the left side of the field here. It's incredible.
So definitely Zena in second place, and we have now the third place boat,
Lady Eunice.
Lady Eunice going around in third place. And looks like number fourth place going around. Is that Widdy K?
Fourth should be Viddy K. Let's get eyes on. Well, there are two boats here. There's Legal Weapon and is it Zeno? And Widdy K is just around, yes. Bunched up here on the downwind. It ain't right sailing very well today, Dwight. Very, very well today. The idea is that she will come all the way over until she clears the fleet, or she can make the ley line to this mark. The way the wind is today, it's probably just going to be a run to this mark. There seems to be a mark just astern of Courageous. Is that possible? No, that's a marker on Courageous. So we don't see a reach mark at all. It ain't right back now on starboard, heading south down the course. She's across everybody and well away and gone. She has what D. Smith would call a commanding lead at this early point in the race. This is the beginning of race of lap number 2 that will bring her down here to the windward mark. About 50% of the fleet around now. It's impossible for rounding boats to immediately go back on starboard because there's so many boats still headed to the leeward mark that you won't be able to find a path through there. So they're all coming off on port tack, coming well clear of the fleet before making that tack onto starboard. So coming left to right across your screen right now is number 72, It Ain't Right, and she is on a tear. She is out by herself and gone from the field. There's no catching. In this course today, Dwight, it's going to be difficult to catch somebody. Once you get a lead today, it's
well, you know,
difficult.
Reg, I think we've seen that in the 3 races yesterday. Once a boat got out front, it was difficult. You know, Widdy K did it in Class C, the Dove did it in Class B, and obviously the Legend led from start to finish in Class A. And nobody really challenged any of those 3 boats yesterday for second place. For first place. Second and third, you know, you could have kind of said something that happened, but first place, once a boat gets out, and I can tell you, It Ain't Right has got herself a commanding lead, like D. Smith likes to say. A commanding lead on the second place boat. And so knowing that the type of boat she is, the skipper sailing, the crew sailing,
there's no comeback on it.
Yeah, there's no comeback on it.
I'm still trying to, and there's the only place there seems to be a little comeback is here at the
Homeward marker.
at the windward mark.
Yeah.
But if you went far enough across to be able to fetch this mark, she'll be so far down.
Yeah, she'll be long.
Downrange. This Eagle Weapon tacking over onto port. Is she the second boat? No, she's the third boat.
She'll be the third boat, yeah.
So Zena would be the second.
Zena would be the second boat.
Yeah.
And there's a big difference between second and third. I mean, you know, even that's.
Yeah.
It looks like Widdy K right now holding on to fourth place.
I can tell you that I think Widdy K is having a little problem down there with the wind, the sail.
They may not be carrying enough men
I don't think she is.
For the size sail that she's running.
She just went across legal weapon. That's interesting. She just crossed legal weapon, which was the third boat. Bulredge is under lee of Witty K, and that's a race to watch. Dwight, that'll be the two boats to the left of the port. Those two boats. The farthest one over Bulredge tacking now.
Okay.
And that would be Witty K approaching her. Now that's Slaughter. Slaughter approaching her. Where's Witty K?
Witty K is just coming back also with Slaughter.
She's coming back with Slaughter.
On your screens now you can see.
Okay, there she is. Yeah. Witty K crossed Slaughter. She came back. She's on the lee of Bulredge now, but ahead. So lee bow there from Stefan to stay ahead of Buzzy.
And you see it ain't right now, making another tack, coming back towards the harbor.
So he decided to make that tack down here early to cover these two boats coming at him.
Absolutely.
Very smart.
Yep.
Because I can tell you that both Bulredge and Witty K, these boats are reaching more, powerful reaching with this wind today.
Reg, you know, I may have to change my outlook on this race in short order, because based on what I'm seeing now, it looks like Witty K has definitely made up some ground, and you know, she could be in a much better position than we were originally chatting about, because looks like she's gonna make up some ground. Certainly not a lot of ground, but she's making up some ground on It Ain't Right, as it Ain't Right comes across her.
Well, I agree with you that she seems to be making approaching on the distance.
She's also getting pushed further back.
But
yeah, she's getting pushed back.
Remember now,
It Ain't Right. It's coming towards the
upwind.
Yeah.
Upwind. Yeah. So when she tacks back onto starboard, same as Witty K, we'll get a good idea just how far behind she is.
And as you can see, Zena has decided to just come all the way up, and I think
Zena's coming all the way up.
She's gonna just try to make one tack to that mark.
But that's the problem with that. She heard you.
Yeah.
So she's coming back. I was just going to say the problem with that is it's going to put her too far down range, and she didn't want to do that. So these two boats look at this. Here goes It Ain't Right.
Now come back.
Really working on Zena.
Yeah.
That's who she just came back across.
Yeah.
So let's watch this cross. This is going to be very interesting here to see what happens. And I would think that It Ain't Right is going to be across Zena quite a bit. So let's go look in the back of the pack, Dwight. We have that on the big screen. See who's back there. Zena. There's the black boat right here, and Witty K is in that tacking duel. She's working her way up.
Yeah, she's now trying to cover Zena at this point, Reg.
I think she's trying to get around Buzzy and trying to see where 17 is.
First.
Where's 17? There's 17. And there's Witty K.
And as you can see, there comes It Ain't Right. Just about to go across the bow of Zena. But as you can see, Reg, the distance, Zena's actually made up some of the gap. But of course, she still has to now tack back.
Well, I like to wait until they get on the same tack, then we get a better idea. Let's watch Witty K and Zena now, and 17 is in there. Buzzy is in here somewhere. And I think that's Buzzy right behind Zena. That's Buzzy right behind Zena. Buzzy should tack any moment now, coming back to us.
Yeah, it looks like He may take it up just a little bit further, Reg, before coming back.
Yeah.
And as you can see,
So Whitty K is on Whitty K is tacked on top of Xena. That's very interesting. You see Whitty K coming across on the left side of your screen here. Right in the middle is Xena. Way back there, below her is 17, Captain Buzzy, and this is It Ain't Right going to the line. And that this looks about the same, right? But
Well,
right now, Xena is on top of It Ain't Right.
Yes, yes.
And she's going to have Starboard on her going to the mark, and I believe she might be on the lay line. But charging hard, folks, charging hard is
That's
Whitty K. Charging very hard is Whitty K. It Ain't Right might have given up position to Zeno with that tack. Zeno's right in front of us here. This is number 90. It Ain't Right is behind here. The marker is just behind these boats.
And yes,
But she's Tuluit. So don't mind that she's Tuluit.
we're gonna get a good aerial view from the drone
In a little bit.
which will show us the mark.
So Dwight, look for 44 when the picture comes up. Look for 44 because 44 is in position to take both Xena and
Reg,
It Ain't Right.
here's your aerial view,
Okay.
and so we're gonna be able to see. As you can see, here's your mark.
So
Here's your mark,
and there's It Ain't Right coming at
and
it.
there's It Ain't Right about to go around the mark.
Okay. So she's clear. Now you can look for Whitty K and Xena. That's the next
Right.
second
Well,
place.
here's Xena at the top, and here's Whitty K coming down at the bottom of your screen.
Whitty K will have starboard. If they're close, Xena will have the pull.
And It Ain't Right is just now going across Whitty K just to shake up the water just a little bit. And if we want to stay right here and bring the mark back into view, we just want to pan just a little bit to the right so we can see that buoy.
Is that 44 going there?
And there's number 44 about to hit the mark,
And she's in second.
and she's going around with a quick tack in
front of
second
Xena.
place. Xena has missed stage. Xena has missed stage. She's missed stage.
Yeah, Xena's mistake.
And so Whitty K is now in
Whitty K
second
is in
place.
second. That's called
And so-
pressure, folks.
And she can go head hunting now.
That's called pressure.
Yeah, she can
so
go
now
ahead.
she's going to go after the cinch. We're going to have another lap. So Stefan is now after It Ain't Right.
Absolutely.
Looking for Buzzy to come maybe in fourth place, and this is Balreg coming to the mark now. Is that right? Is that right, Dwight? That's 17 coming right to the mark.
Yeah, 17 is coming at the mark.
And he would be fourth
He
if
would be-
Xena didn't get going, right?
Xena looks like she's going to be in trouble for a little bit. So,
That's racing, my friend. It's racing. In this kind of wind, you've got to be able to tack and tack with power. Lots of power. So who's crossing Buzzy?
we have number 32 is who? Well, Xena looks like she's got a sail going again.
That's Xena.
And we'll see whether.
Folks, they're spread out all over the harbor, and it's anybody's guess, but we know one thing, that it ain't right. Abaco, you're in command. You're in command, Abaco.
Should make those guys extremely happy considering they've already got a first place in the B class with the Lonesome Dove.
Not over yet, though. We have to get to the low mark.
Yeah.
And we got to get back up.
gotta
there.
get back
And guess who's behind you? Stefan Knowles.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not. Don't put that in the bank yet.
All right, we've got 3 boats right now, Reg, going around the marker. We got number 32, we got number 90, and we've got number 17. So Xena, Reg, and who's carrying 32?
Jeff.
That's Rally, Reg,
Third place.
in the mix at
Third place.
Third place at
Third
this
place.
point.
That's where she was
That's
yesterday.
where she was yesterday. And she's got Buzzy on her tail, and she's got Xena on her tail.
just here.
Number
Just coming
32,
up,
Ball
just
Rally.
coming through.
And then we've got
Rick Taylor. Rick Taylor's on Ball Rally. And Rick has been one of the up-and-coming captains that you're beginning to hear more and more about.
Yeah.
He's getting himself no matter which boat he's sailing. And that tells you the skill of the captain is no matter which boat he's sailing, he's showing up. So that's a good thing. Right, we're still looking at 12 knots out of the southeast.
Some good breeze for today.
Yep, it's just stringing a little bit between southeast and east-southeast. Looks pretty steady right through.
We've got Lady Eunice up in the mix, number 3 on the sail.
Right, we didn't see Slaughter yet, did we?
No.
Is that her right there?
Sailing number 8.
Yes. I haven't seen her come through yet.
Yeah, she's followed. She would be in 6th place right now. She's right behind the Lady Eunice, headed back out toward
17.
Well,
Okay.
I think she's actually more behind Lady Eunice.
Okay. It's interesting when you see them on the water. The space between windward to leeward really gives you a...
Yeah.
And I see Captain Pat down here watching.
And there goes Golden Girl, and number 4. She's around.
That's our good friend D. Smith.
Yeah. Commanding
Does
lead.
he have a commanding lead?
No, he's getting a commanding credit right now.
We have San Sally out there, like Richard is dressed to the nines. You see the bright green? That is San Sally. The boat is green, the skirts are, and they're really matched up.
You can definitely see her from where we are right now.
Definitely.
Lighting up the water. And I guess, Reg, right now we have to keep our eyes on the top 2 boats, Willie K and It Ain't Right. Well, It Ain't Right and Willie K in that order. There's a shot of King and Knights now just going around the mark.
And she's way back in the back today. That's kind of surprising.
Yeah. And here's a good aerial view of the back of the pack now making their way. So right now you've got about 5 boats. Oh, Reg, we have just had boats having to tack away from each other in order to avoid a collision. Making their way to that marker. Can't tell exactly who it is.
This is just here.
Just here.
Somebody's got a sail down too. Somebody just dropped the sail. Did we have a collision?
We had a near collision. I think Termite may have been one of the boats involved. We'll wait to see. Looks like one of the boats out of Baratari. Sorry, out of Black Point.
There's number 5. And there's a white hull there. So that's not a Termite. Can't see the number on the sail either.
We just had By Gully go around, number 125.
Okay. That's one of our Zuma Sailing Club boats, folks. Young guys that Captain Steve Smith's aboard with them today. Okay. So, yeah, Termite is up here as light, so it wouldn't have been her.
Number 43.
Yeah, 43 is up in the pack here.
Yeah,
she's gone.
you can see with the bright orange uniforms.
Right, that wind is picked up out there.
Yeah, it's picked up. We have a couple more boats about to come around this government dock mark.
Coming up on the leeward mark, can we position ourselves to see that rounding? The wind is really strong out there. These boats are fighting these sails. No one expected this wind to be where it is. It's probably 15 knots out on the water now. So they're rolling, and around is It Ain't Right. Looking for Stefan.
All right.
Ozzy is there. Zena is there.
And so we're gonna.
Well, Raleigh is there. And here comes 44. 44 making the turn now. Quite a lead. I think It Ain't Right picked up some distance downwind, right?
And it looks like Sacrifice now just going around the mark. and disappointing position for her right now. Reg, Colin
around at the back of the pack.
Colin is picking up, is right now bringing in the buoy almost.
Oh, wow.
And so is that It Ain't Right now coming back full
That's
speed?
It Ain't Right coming back, Dwight, but I get that drone up. Stephen is now around. 44 is around. And he's trying to get on top of It Ain't Right immediately. So we're going to see a little tacking coming up here in a moment, folks. Looks like Bob Riley might be around third. 17 is challenging.
All right, so we're gonna get
calling for buoy room. Calling for buoy room at the local mark, at the lower mark. Bob Riley may not be able to handle her sail, and she might miss this mark if she's not careful.
All right, well, we're gonna just ask Burton to get that drone over to the other mark. So
pick it up when you get there, Dwight, because it's hot and furious.
That's the final mark before they make it to the home stretch, so that's where we need to be with that drone right now. Bringing in those shots.
Zena is It Ain't Right. It's all the way over on the starboard side of the course here. Woody K hanging tight on her tuck, but she is to windward. Looking for the next boat around. Don't have it yet. Should be Zena. Okay, 17 looks like he's going to come out of that pack. That would be Captain Buzzy Roll around the lower mark in third place. So he's overtaken Zena.
So let's keep your eyes on 44 because you know Stefan is going to try to do something to engage Jeff Gale.
He's working it. He's working
Whoa, we've got a boat under.
Okay.
We've got a boat under.
We're in the field.
Under.
We're in the field.
And it looks like we may have a second boat about to go under. We've got a collision between number 32 and number 8.
Okay.
They're entangled.
That's at the lower mark, folks.
So one boat is
That's
under.
At the lower mark. Trying to see who went down.
Looks like it may be one of the boats out of Black Point. I see some red shirts. They are under. That water is ice cold this morning. If anybody was drinking last night, they are fully sober at this point. Fully sober, Red.
Okay, I'm still trying to pick up that boat that's down, Dwight. Is that at the leeward mark?
And it is now causing quite a bit of disturbance up at that leeward mark because boats are now having to maneuver around the boat that is under. And Red, to this point, we've had a clean race. But like you said, going around that mark, it looks like some boats are having a little bit of trouble.
Oh, they're having a lot of trouble downwind with these sails. And nobody wants to drop sail because if you do, you're going to get passed.
And it's kind of... And Red, my information is that it may be Lady Eunice that is underwater.
That's quite possible. That would be Chucky.
And
I think I see legal weapon. 33, Dwight, is legal weapon. Is that right?
let me just check. Sail numbers, Reg.
33.
Yeah, number 33, legal weapon.
Okay. Legal weapon is still above water, so that might be Lady Eunice.
Lady Eunice is number 3. Not sure we can get a view of the sail, but my information coming from one of my spotters is that was Lady Eunice.
Okay.
And she's dipped the drain.
So, folks, just to update you on the lead. Thank you. Okay. Back to the lead, the top of the fleet, we've got It Ain't Right coming back on port, and somewhere out here,
Woody K is about to tack back.
Woody K back on starboard now, Dwight. 17 just to the right of her.
And so, Reg now sailing in third place.
Zena right behind Balraj. But in command right now,
It Ain't Right.
It Ain't Right. Abaco reigns.
Yeah, she's dominating right now.
Abaco reigns. But you know, Dwight, when we were talking to some of the sailors this morning, everybody was deciding which sails they were going to go with
Yeah.
in this wind, and I kept saying to them, this wind is not coming down.
Yeah.
This is going to build, and it's going to go a little bit more. South winds are really, really fluky winds. And so going downwind to that marker, you can see them start to roll, and a lot of them got pushed to the left side of the course, which put them on the inside of the mark, but maybe too far inside, and now they have to pull down. Now you're in a deep draw to get to that mark, and that boom is going to start to go up and down. And I think that's maybe what happened to Lady Eunice.
Yeah. Well, It Ain't Right came in 7th yesterday, and so she's coming in first today. Woody K had a first yesterday and a second today, so overall she would still be well ahead as far as points are concerned.
Okay, I can't get the boat that went down. She went down far enough off the line though that so
They were able to maneuver around it, yes.
yeah,
But
they
we
were able to get around the mark.
We had
Okay, folks, we're gonna have you right over this scene in just a little bit. Just bear with us here. We're gonna have you just over the scene so we can see exactly which boat it is and where it went. It now looks like it would be Eunice.
All right, so we got the drones in the air. Expect an aerial view in a couple of minutes. We bring that drone view into the viewership right now. We'll be able to see as it flies over the first place. It Ain't Right coming back.
Okay, we
Indicated.
get a boat retiring. Sails are down in the middle of the course. Can't tell which one that is right now. It's
Well, that's your boat that's in the. Oh yeah, I see a second boat there, Reg. Yeah.
yeah. Just Widdy K just passing her now.
All right, if we can get that drone just over this disabled boat coming up in your view right now, we'll be able to take a look down to see which boat it is. We're just passing over her. Can't tell from that shot. But we're going to go pay Chucky and the Lady Eunice
A visit.
a visit.
Glub glub. Folks, let's, when these boats go down, usually it's a pretty safe procedure. The boat goes down, the guys know how to get out of the way. Because of the weight in them, they go right and sit on the bottom. We'll be able to lift this boat pretty quickly, I think, today and get her out of there because we're going to be using this course again today. But hopefully everybody is okay. There were no injuries, and they'll be back racing later on.
The interesting thing, Reg, is that even though they went under, they didn't bring the sail down. And so the sail is still sticking out of the water just a little bit.
Well, Derek, you go down so fast, you
don't have time,
can't get that sail down. That sail is not coming down. And so, to the leaders of the pack, here's an interesting thing. And I don't know if you're watching this one, Dwight, but Widdy K has come all the way back on top of It Ain't Right. This is going to be a great finish to watch the two boats come to the line because It Ain't Right is going to be coming over on starboard.
And just look
Coming
at
on port.
Reg,
Widdy K is going to have starboard on.
yeah, but look at the clarity of the water. It doesn't even look like that boat is underwater.
It is so.
Based on this shot, she is causing just a little bit of an issue because
get
of
more
her
than one
position.
boat.
Because you've got when you have two boats trying to make their way around the mark, and so we can ask that drone operator just to drop in there just a little bit. It looks like that may be Chucky hanging out on the boom.
Going
And
for a morning swim.
it looks like they've finally got the sail down, and you can see all the way to the bottom that hull, and the guys are trying to get the prize out of the way. An amazing shot, really, Reg, to look at it from this perspective. You get to see exactly what a sunken C-class boat looks like from high above, and as you can see, she's just there sitting in the water. They're going to get the mast out, and then at some point remove the lead pieces, and then she will pop back to the top.
So, Dwight, if we could come back to the windward marker and maybe the finish mark here We have an exciting finish about to take place.
Yeah.
Right now, let's just draw the scene for you.
All
The
right.
windward marker is just behind the vessels here at the government dock.
We've got a good shot, Reg.
You got a good shot on the drone?
72 from our
Okay, then
onshore
let's
camera.
let's call it from there. Right now, you should have.
Number 72.
It ain't right. Still on port. I don't think she's tacked over yet. You have
She's-
Witty K on starboard, and Witty K is on top of her coming to the mark. They're going to come together now. Witty K will have advantage coming to the mark that maybe you have to tack over on port due to get to it. Let's watch that, Dwight.
All right, well, let's, as you can see on your big screens, if you're watching from home, if you're at the Regatta site, number 72. It ain't right, sailing out of Abaco. And those guys are keeping the pressure on. They're carrying a crew of 6 today, Reg. And so that tells you that they were expecting the wind
Is
to
she
be...
still on port?
She's still on...
She's still going down the harbor?
Swinging around now.
Okay, here we go. This is what
So
we've
she's
been looking for.
come back on the starboard tack.
And Witty K is still on starboard. So it ain't right would be coming on port, coming right at us.
All right, if
They
we
should
can
cross.
There's Witty K. And if we can get that view just out just a little bit, because it looks like Witty K is trying to
Witty K is tacking.
make a move.
She just made a tack
And I'm not sure.
onto port. And I bet she's underneath of it ain't right. And they both should be heading for the mark. And this would really be a big
big
takedown.
makeup. Yeah,
Takedown,
yeah, absolutely.
So this is Witty K coming to the mark. If we can pull out a little bit, maybe we can find it ain't right.
And the way I see those guys are looking, obviously Witty K, like you said, is on the lee side.
She's
of
got to
it,
be
right?
on the lee.
But can she make the mark from that position? Can we get that
Well,
camera
that's what
angle?
you can't tell.
Just coming out just a little bit. We need to be able to get it
Here
in
comes.
right in
Here
that
comes.
shot.
Here it comes. She's pointing really well, and they've got power on that boat. Look at the lean of that mast. Got Chris out there, 230 plus pounds.
Yeah, plus. Keep that plus.
plus. This is the exciting part of racing boats, is to see where the boats are.
Here's the finish line. And it looks like the Witty K, it ain't right. It is so close, Reg. This is going to be neck and neck.
Here we come.
Witty K's done it. Witty K has
K
done it.
came right across her. And that's the
Man.
danger of Stefan
It
Knowles,
is what an
Right at the mark.
extremely well-sailed race. I cannot believe it.
That's an incredible race.
I
want
cannot believe it.
to give them a good hand for
I
that. That's
cannot believe it.
absolutely perfect racing, folks. And I believe we called it, Dwight. We saw it coming. We saw it happening. And
He went
shared
headhunting.
it with you.
He went headhunting. After Zena got knocked out of it,
He went headhunting.
he went headhunting. And he got himself an Abaco head right now.
So now let's look who's coming right behind that, because here's Zena, and Zena and Buzzy were hooked up. 90 and 17, and we need to find where 17 is. 17 should be somewhere in the neighborhood here.
So we can ask our cameras to just stay to that finish line just for a bit. We should see another 2 boats making their way to the mark to cross that line, and we'll pick up the boats.
Here comes Huey Lloyd, and I've tried. Look where he is. Way up here. Okay. Okay.
And there's a good shot of Bull Reg.
There's Bull Reg. This is 3rd place coming up right here. And right underneath him is, well, Buzzy's going to beat Zena to the line.
3rd place goes to Bull Reg.
Bull Reg.
At Buzzy Roll.
Dwight, look at 04, which is I've tried. She's a bit out there, I think. I've tried is somewhere in the neighborhood of the finish. Maybe in 5th. That was exciting, wasn't it?
Absolutely. You know,
Folks, I hope you're getting this.
Let me tell you, Stefan never disappoints.
Never.
He never disappoints.
Never disappoints.
He
never gives up.
He never gives up,
Never
and
gives up.
he finds a way to win. It is unbelievable, the distance that he made up in that final lap, Reg. I mean, it's unbelievable.
And to take him right at the mark. Right at the mark. That's the time.
Those are the best takedowns.
Number 17 crossing the finish line now. Now Zena was in position, but 17 passed her to Lewin Mark. Got to windward of her and is going to beat her here to the finish. And Zena has to look out because she went pretty far out. She also had a misstay, which didn't help.
Yeah. And so there goes Balraj through.
Balraj is through. Zena should be next. Is this H2O or Balrali? That's Balrali.
Balrali, yeah.
She's on the lay line. She should go right to the mark. What an exciting race, folks.
Super exciting. Super exciting.
It's not over yet. I mean, there's still a lot of racing going on in the backfield. Here's our boat, the Exuma Sailing Club, coming right at you. Get a good shot of this boat, guys. I get kudos for this. These are my guys. This is Dallas Knowles and our number 1 team. And somewhere in here is 125, our second boat. And I think she's way on the horizon there. It's 107, right?
.107 is King of Knights.
King of Knights. Gosh, way back there.
Yeah, she was kind of flailing around at the back of the pack for quite a bit. And so 4th place through the line is that I've tried.
Yes, that's I've tried.
And she beat Zena across them.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Huey Lloyd is a builder of all the yellow boats.
Yes.
And he's up. He's a year older than me, so I know he's up there.
I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna leave you all guys alone.
Here is Termite, number 43. We're coordinated. See, we're almost as coordinated as
Sansali, yeah.
Almost.
You guys definitely lighten up the course.
Yeah. Termite is one of the first boats I think that Steve Smith built. She was a winner in juniors with the young lady from Black Point many, many years ago. So
yes.
She's an old boat.
Yes.
But we enjoy having her as part of our fleet.
Oh yeah.
She's our mascot and a training boat, and she does very well. These are all the young kids on her with Dallas Knowles. These are what you call the high school kids.
All right. C-Class coming to an end.
Coming to an end. We still stretched out. We got 31 of them. We want to make sure we got them all in. There's a boat, a committee boat at Eunice, so we know that everything is okay there. You know what we do with these boats now, Dwight, is we put a swimmer in the water with flippers.
Right.
We hook them up, and we start moving them slowly from the bottom. Once they get going,
yeah,
with the mast in, the boat will come right up to the surface. We tow them to shallow water, bail them out. So I'm going to see whether they're going to try. They should try to do the same with her. They're about mid-harbor, so it might be a long pull, but we'll see what happens. She should be out of the way for whatever racing we're going to do. And I like this course. Because,
yeah,
this is an interesting course. It's a good. It gives some good tacking coming back in here.
And it also allows a lot of the fans
to see
an open
the whole
view.
race.
Yeah, to see the entire race for the most part.
Here comes Sansali, folks. Sansali is known in the sailing world as the Beast from the East. And I think, is that Ackland's or Mayborn?
San Salvador.
San Salvador. Beast from the East. David Ross. And I'm sure when he gets ashore, we're going to have a word with him. Because he'll have something to say to us for sure. And this is legal weapon here? No. Can't make that out.
Number 12.
Yeah.
Sail.
That's what it's C. not crazy partner.
Chaser.
Chaser. Jacob Ladder. Commodore Higgins coming in. 41.
Lundy Robinson sailing Chaser.
Oh, that's the name. Chaser is.
Yeah. And she's just going to come across Barbarian.
So crazy partner's not here then, huh?
I don't see her listed.
Queen with Clayton Smith. Bringing up the rear along with Warrior. Chasm Lloyd and crew.
And just look at your friend Richard Ross about to tax and Sally right around in front of Warrior.
In front of the camera. He's going to talk about that one.
And he's going to stall right then. Warrior's just going to leave him.
Breeze by him.
Sit in that position.
Come on, Richard, get going.
The boat's slow, Reg. It's a slow boat.
Really?
It's slow. It's slow. Richard, your boat is a slow boat.
She's a good-looking boat, though.
It's very good looking, and the uniforms are
See,
the
now
best.
she's going.
But let's face it, you have fast boats and you have slow boats.
There's
Which
a
is
very
slow boat?
fast boat out there in Queen.
Yes.
Very fast hull.
Another-
For some reason, she's not producing.
Buzzy Roll built boat, and you know Buzzy has won regattas, you know, when she was under another name.
Yeah, she was Touch Me Not.
Touch Me Not. But you know, again, it just goes to show it's more than just the boat.
Yeah, we're going to wrap up here, folks, on the C class. Just to go back to E this morning, we had a repeat of yesterday with Captain Buzzy Roll coming across in Man of War, and right behind him, I believe, was his son. Just want to double check that. Yeah, Chris Roll, Christino, and Lady Kayla. And then Kevin Moxie. Yeah, we're just wrapping up now on this morning. The E-Class race, which got underway at 8:30 this morning. On time, I might add. Leslie Buzzy Roll in Man of War, number 8, across first, followed by 17, Lady Kayla, Christina Roll, father-son team there. And the Bad Mansies with Kevin Moxie was third. And we'll just go to fourth. Lloyd Sands in Captain Peg was fourth. So those were your top 4 boats this morning in E-Class. And then we went to C-Class, and you just saw it. And Dwight, I don't think we could have asked for
Much better race.
for a better race.
A better finish, at least.
But better
Certainly
finish,
a better finish.
but a better race.
Yeah.
I mean, there were very, very tough conditions on the water this morning, folks. Downwind because of where the marker was, and because of the number of boats in the fleet, Dwight. When they spread out, the boats on the left side or the windward side of the fleet often got pushed too far outside the line to the mark. So when they got to the mark, they had to make a big, deep draw to get to the mark. And I think that's one of the things that happened with Lady Eunice.
Yeah.
Coming around that mark and blocking down, and who knows what happened.
Yeah.
You know, she
Unfortunate.
they lost it.
Yeah.
They lost it. So, but in 31 boats.
Yeah.
On a day like today.
Just one.
Just
Yeah.
one boat. So I think we did very, very, very well. And then we saw the artistry of young Stephen Knowles. And I know that Jack is probably gonna.
And let me
Jack's
tell
gonna
you,
go
I have to repeat this. I have to repeat this. I was with Stephen Knowles
at 3 o'clock this morning.
literally 8 hours ago here at this regatta site, and we were in compromising positions.
Well, I wanted that compromise.
Right. Or compromising situations. I should say.
Yeah.
Very healthy conversation.
Yeah.
And you know, once you have a cup in one hand, you're able to have the best
The
conversations.
libations were going.
Libations were going. And I said to myself,
This ain't gonna happen.
this man is not going to make it out here for C-Class racing this morning. But let me tell you, congratulations to Stephen Knowles. He's a true champion.
Well,
He's a true champion.
You got to remember the tradition of the Sea Dogs.
Yes.
And you gotta have
But the competitive spirit of this young man is unbelievable.
very deep.
and we were calling wages all night last night. As a matter of fact, I have a stuffed wallet with Stefan's cash in my pocket.
You have to go give back to him.
I gotta return it to him because I figured the condition he was in last, that was the easiest wager to make. But
be careful, my friend. Be careful.
Be it what it is.
So, folks, that's it for the C class. And Dwight, now we go to the B class.
Yeah.
And yesterday we had a situation where I spoke to Chris this morning talking about Stefan's crew. We never give enough credit either.
Yeah.
Because that's a fantastic group of guys on this boat.
Absolutely.
But go to the B class now. This morning, and he would say, we got fouled on the line, and I said, but the Dove was out of there and gone by the time you made up your mind what to do. He said, we'll watch today.
Yeah.
So now we go.
We'll see.
To the B class, and we see what happens.
All right. Well, just to wrap up, Reg, for the top 3 boats going across the line. Willie K first place, closely followed by It Ain't Right out of Abaco.
Closely followed.
And Bull Reg, I wouldn't say it was close, but close enough for a pretty good 3rd place finish. So you've got Long Island, Abaco, Exuma, top 3 boats across. And so, again, turned out to be a good regatta.
I think it's something that Stefan said at VLB, which I think is proving true. On any given day, any one of those top boats can take it.
Yeah.
The difference is going to be in the captain and how sharp he is on that particular day.
Well, let me tell you, if Stefan is sharp at this time in the morning after what time he wasn't so sharp last night, I wouldn't like to see him when he is in his sharpest.
Well, we're going to wrap up so you can go pay. You can go pay your respects to him, because I think you need to do that. Don't forget, B class coming up shortly, and then later on this afternoon we'll have the A class. Thank you for joining us wherever you're listening. Don't go away. Just keep us there. Stay tuned, because we're going to be back with B class racing, the 2nd series race of the 2019 National Family Island Regatta from Georgetown, Exuma, Elizabeth Hubbard, Dwight and Reg.
We'll be back.
See you in a little bit.